Suzanne, it sounds like you're deeply passionate about this. And I know also that you recently wrote a book
Yeah.
um, called Risk-Based Asset Criticality Assessment Handbook. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is and what inspired you to write this book?
So, what it is, can you see it?
I can see.
Okay. So, I started to run into a lot of organizations that where everybody understands the need for asset criticality, more or less, I'd say. But a lot of people didn't understand how to actually do one.
Yeah.
Like if somebody had to start from scratch tomorrow, what should they look at? What should they consider? I also thought that I wanted to take it a little bit beyond understanding, and I doubt I'm the first one ever to do this, but a little bit beyond just understanding what the impact of it should be, but also to understand the probability of failure and to combine those two in a risk-based setting. And so I developed a methodology. So it's not a prescriptive book. It doesn't tell you that you should do this or your criticality should have safety in it or it should have environment. What it does, it looks at how you would look at the drivers of the organization. And it
Mhm.
takes a very asset management and risk management approach in that you look at the drivers of the organization and then consider how the asset's failure could impact one of those drivers. So we call those the business drivers, and then it combines it with what we call the asset drivers, which would be things about the asset that could create urgency and bring it more to the forefront than another asset. And so and so we combine the asset drivers and the business drivers. So asset drivers would be things like remaining useful life, rate of failure, those kinds of things. So combining impact and urgency, that is what gave us
Yeah.
risk-based asset criticality. And so I outline a methodology to identify the business drivers of the organization first and foremost, rank them, weight them, however you want to do it, where you need senior management input in all of this, because in a lot of people don't do asset criticality well, and in a lot of
Mhm.
companies, it's probably just a few people in maintenance that sit down and decide what the criticality of the asset is. But it really is, it's a fundamental asset management tool, and it is an organizational tool. It's an organizational risk management tool to help you to understand the risk that the assets are presenting and the exposure
Absolutely.
to the organization.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Suzanne, I'm looking forward to getting my copy of your book. We're wrapping up to the end of this.
Yes.
Can you share with all of our listeners all the different ways they can connect with you, Suzanne?
So I can be reached through my website, but I'm very active on LinkedIn. So if you want to reach out to me on LinkedIn, the company is on LinkedIn as well. And so the website is greemanassetmanagementsolutions.com. The email address is the same, info@greemanassetmanagementsolutions.com. It's quite a long one. And there's also a contact sheet on my website that you can check out my website. There are a few courses that we have coming up that you can get some information on them.